guys, how are you all? You know what, guys, I recorded this message already, this episode, but it didn't go through. So if you guys are listening, I've tried to delete it, but it won't actually let me delete. So I'm going to re-record this and hopefully this goes well. Actually, it will go well. So yeah, I've put it through and there's no speaking. So this will happen again. So guys, I'm doing the weekly for the 6th, the 5th till the 11th of December 2022. Yeah, December, Christmas is nearly here. So before I talk about what the planet messages are saying, I've pulled out some oracle cards because this is a bit of a special week. Actually, it's a full moon in Gemini, which I have done on my YouTube page for all the signs, so check that out. So we're in full moon week, mutable week, and yeah, I've pulled out some moon oracle cards for all of us to work with on a general. There's not that much planet conversations that's happening, so hence one of the reasons why. And I do try to pull out weekly tarot cards, generals, but it depends on what the planets are saying and what the messages are saying. So yes, so the first moon oracle card that we have, because this week's quite a up and down week, even though it's a full moon, it's still quite up and down. So the first card that we have is you're very close to achieving your goal. So there's going to be lots of new goals that's going to be planted and seeded. And it's always a good thing. You know, full moons are about releasing. So this week there's going to be a build up. Some of you could also be feeling very ambitious, ready for something fresh, something new, something probably out of the ordinary, or just doing something that you just been really inspired to. And when it says you're close to achieving your goal, it's a gibbous moon. Like things are starting to like build up slowly now for some of you, and for some of you it could be building up very fast. So yeah, lots of like emotional activation that's happening. The second card we have is have faith in your dreams. There's a waxing crescent moon, so have faith in your dreams. You know, we live in a world where there's things that we do that may not be great for other people. There may be lots of criticisms, judging, and you know, we all do it. No one is that, you know, not even sensible. No one is that, you know, oh, I don't do this, I don't do that. We all do it. But having faith in our dreams is, there's going to be some creation that's happening. There's going to be some releasing, but also creation. And if you are going to be or willing to start something new or something that no one has done before, have faith in it, because we only have, you know, one life, and we don't want to in the future think, oh, I shouldn't have done it, and why didn't I do it? And we all have these fears as well, because fears can definitely come up as well this week. You know, if you are extremely an emotional person, this can, you know, you can feel like the change of the winds of emotions that are coming, especially with moons. So have faith in your dreams is also having faith in anything that you want to do, that you're actually emotionally passionate about. And try not to listen to that voice or that craziness on your shoulder that's saying no, because you just really never know. The last card we have is balance spirituality with practicality. It's a full moon in Pisces. And, you know, it's actually really great to be, because some of you may be actually starting to do yoga, meditation. You know, when full moons happen, we need tools to help us with what's going on. And it could be a multitude of things. And this balance spirituality with practicality is, We can go to those higher vibrations when we are doing meditation or doing yoga or doing anything that actually helps us connect. But we have to also be practical as well. It's really great to wish, having lots of wishful thinking, but we have to also put the work in. And, we could also be in a bit of a haze, because sometimes full moons can bring us into this equilibrium and we're just, and nothing's really done. So we're creating goals this week and we're believing in them, but we're also going to be having this spiritual side, but also being trying to be down to earth and practical. This full moon in Gemini is an air, so it's very much in the head, and it's not going to be easy to be grounded. So try to be practical. I'll say, with doing some like walks or writing in your journal. If you are starting to do something spiritual, this week is definitely the right week to be doing it because of the energies that are happening. So that's the first guided general message for all the signs. And let's get to the planets and the tarot. So it starts off on the 6th, then we have the 8th, and then we have the 9th. So Friday and Saturday, it gets a little bit crazy. So it starts off, we have Mercury, it squares Jupiter, which can cause us to be, because whenever Jupiter's involved, I always love Jupiter, the planet. And it's very positive, optimistic, expansion and traveling and, learning about new things, different people and all of that. And when this happens, with a square to Mercury, it can bring up all of these themes, but also it could also make us see that what we're lacking as well, because this week, even though it's it's a full moon, but it's also there can be some craziness that goes on a general level. And I feel there's nothing wrong with believing that things are going to work out, especially when things are not working out the way that it should. So having that broader outlook is great. But again, being practical as well. This energy can show that, where we're lacking in concentration, where we're lacking in what we're saying. There could be some double talking going on. There could also be facts are not really real. We could be just rushing here and there and not focusing on like the grand plan, should I say. So, it's going to be quite hard to be paying attention to detail, paying attention to what's being said, paying attention if you're signing anything, contracts, or what your friends are saying, or what's going on in your neighborhood. Things can really be blown out of proportion. We may not know, we may think we know what's going on, and after we end up not knowing what's going on. The dark side of Jupiter is it can be very preachy. There's an element of you could say narcissism, racism, bigotry, all of those things, judgmental. There could be a lot of that going on, because we could easily say something that's wrong, and after it comes, and it obviously will come out the wrong way, and it could be all of those themes too. So we have to be very mindful of that as well. But also, especially the preachy side, we can just really splurt things out and not think before we speak. So the first card we have is the Hanged Man, which is showing of confusion, guys. There's a lot of confusion. There could be a lot of forgetfulness. There could be a lot of, why me? And, playing the martyr and all types of craziness. And, the Hangman is a Neptune card, Pisces card. So there could be an element of daydreaming, an element of foggy behavior. There can also be an element of forgetting what you're saying, and but the other great side of this is doing something that is, if you're feeling very distracted in any way, doing something that can help ground you spiritually, going back to the full moon in Pisces card, spending time alone, because our minds definitely could be wired, and, you know, just listening to our inner being, listening to our soul, listening to our hearts, listening to our intuition. The Hangman is like suspended of like the future and the past, the now and the here. And there could be a lot of that going on. There could be a lot of us, you know, believing something that's true, that's not actually true, because Mercury rules the media. So, you know, the wise thing this card is saying, you know, just listen to your instincts, because it will never let you down. Although it could ebb and flow, but once you catch it, that little sharpness of the instinct, really hold on to it. Then on the Thursday the 8th. No, Friday the 8th. Sorry. Yes, Thursday the 8th, we have the full moon, which is the 7th or 8th, depending on where you are. So once again, check out my podcast. So on Thursday, we have Sun opposition to Mars. And, you know, Sun in Saggy opposition Mars, it can cause chaos, okay? But we can also achieve things. But just know, you know, the Sun rules our career, how we shine. It's Leo, and all of that things are going to be coming out, like our competitive nature, our assertiveness, our buoyancy, our optimism, the glamour. But also the Sun's about ego. So again, this could be bringing out huge amounts of ego, huge amounts of look at me, huge amounts of, you know, I personally feel it's great to be very, competitive, but also great to be achieving your goals. Great to be doing that. But we can also lack patience as well. You know, we're just going ahead fast and not really caring and just going for it. There could be a lot of that going on. And because it's a fire sign Sagittarius, it's like not waiting. It's just like, I need to do this now. This is how my future is going to be panning out. And with the Mars energy, it could also make us just go for it. But there's not the element of thinking. So there's lots of like push and pull that's going on. There can be some drama and arguments, definitely, because Mars being in Gemini, it's about communication. So there could be a lot of shouting, swearing, a lot of me, listen to what I'm saying. This could be in work as well. You know me, guys, I'm always talking about work, but there could be a lot of that going on in work. It could be relationships as well. And, you know, it's all about, there's a lot of competitiveness, but also we are asserting ourselves in a very sharp and fast way. So, you know, a lot of us won't have time to just stay and hang around. And, you know, this energy is about moving forward, pushing forward. So, you know, if we are around anyone that is, you know, not slow, yeah, it could be slow, but just like takes their time. We just want things to be done now, things to be said now. We want action, we want it fast, but we also have to take heed and take care, because, you know, this definitely can lead to any like accidents, and it can lead to saying things that we don't mean, and, you know, all this rushing. It feels very much like a fast rushing energy without any thought. You know, Mars rules sexual tension, it rules sexuality, so that also could be played out as well, especially in a relationship. It could be, again, like I said, about arguments. It could be, drama and arguments in a relationship. You know, this is actually a good way to release things, if you guys know what I mean. So, one good thing about this, because whenever Mars is involved, especially on the high vibration, it's great to be doing something physical, because Sagittarius is a physical sign. So doing something like a physical sport, doing like a sport you've never done before, again, thinking outside the box, because it not only will it help the mind calm down, it will help like the physical energy and fire that is building up, that a lot of us are going to be having. And it's great to be channeling in a positive way as well. So the card that we have is the 9 of Pentacles, which is actually a great card. A lot of you, you know, this card is about groundedness. It's also about completion of things. It's like, you know, you've gotten to where you've gotten to, and now you can sort of relax. So I feel once this energy is heightened, there's going to be a time where we're going to have to try and relax. You know, this card is showing that, slow down and smell the roses. You know, there's really no need to rush. Just relax. You know, have that downtime when needed, and try to listen to, again, your senses as well. This is such a peaceful card. I feel a lot of us are wanting to seek peace, but we're going to be caught up in that whole Game of Thrones type of thing. So again, having that time to yourself, listening to your body, because this is a Virgo card, listening to like your mind, but listening to your body. Don't push yourself too fast and too hard. And also, this card is, because it's about Pentacles, about money, there could be a lot of expenditures. There could be a lot of us overspending as well, because we want to look on point, we want to look the part. Be mindful that you're not overspending. You know, if you're trying to save, you guys know what to do. But yeah, this is like a really calming card for this opposition to the sun. And then the last message we have is Venus on Friday, Venus square Jupiter. Now, this can see a lot of you guys wanting to go out there having fun. Remember, it's Friday. You know, there's no time like the present. So going out there having fun, mingling. You know, there could be lots of flirting going on, lots of eating, partying, discovering new bars and clubs, just really going out there. Some of you may not be taking yourselves very seriously, which is actually sometimes really a great thing, because they say you must take your job seriously, but not yourself. So this is a great time to be doing that, especially if you want to let loose and have a bit of fun and just try to relax. And again, because Venus is in Saggy, it's very out there, very open. So this is great to be doing that. But obviously it does square Jupiter in Pisces, so there could be again a bit of a dreaminess and also, but these two energies, it doesn't bring a lot of stability as well. So if you are trying to, because Jupiter actually does rule over the top, overeating, over drinking, and all of that, and that can definitely happen, especially with Jupiter being in Pisces as well. Pisces is a sign that is about no boundaries, so there can be a lot of over the topness. And dating, you could be dating people that are very different to you. There could be a dreamy element to that. It could be, oh, that person's amazing, wonderful, and you find out, oh, actually. So if you have a type, you may go against that type, and it could shock you. But if you have a certain type of person, you may want to go for them as well. Okay. But yeah, all in all, this is, the energy, it can be there could be some frustrations happening. When if you're trying to save money, you're overspending, you're overspending on frivolous things that you don't need. They just look really nice and shiny. Just go in there, and even like in a relationship as well, you could have fun in a relationship, but things may not be really quite clear. It could just be just doing things over the top, and it's just like, what are we actually doing? I don't know. I'm just going with the flow. There's a lot of going with the flow with this, but yeah. But on the other hand, you definitely can have fun. If you're quite a cautious person, you may be listening to that voice like, not really sure, let me just sort of try and rein this in, even though it can be quite hard. So the card we have is the Fool card, which is the Aquarius card. It's the 0 card in the tarot, and this card is showing that a lot of you are going to be going on, like, you're going to be discovering yourselves now. There's going to be a big discovery about how far you can go in life, but also how far you're willing to travel. I'm picking up lots of willing to travel, but there's going to be like a new sense of beginnings in a relationship when it comes to like your money, but also eating habits, but also I feel in creativity. because Venus also rules creativity, and it's Jupiter's in the sign of Pisces, and it can definitely expand on, even though it's a square, we can definitely expand on doing something very creative. So it's a brand new beginning, even though some of the beginnings may not be the beginnings that some of you may be wishing for. It's just that you're going to be learning a lot, definitely be learning a lot. The Fool card is also Uranus card, which is Aquarius, and it's like you're going on a journey, you're not really sure, but you're just going to try it out. And I feel like this energy is going to be like that. Like, I'm just going to do what I want to do and forget the consequences. If it comes, it comes. It could be a lot of that. So yeah, there's not a lot of reining things in, but I do feel with this card that there's going to be a big discovery of something that is within us. Like, if you're controlling, you're going to be letting loose, and if you're letting loose, you may be controlling. Some of the energies can be quite conflicting, especially because of the planet messages, but nevertheless, it's a journey of something that was within you that you're just holding, and it will definitely come out for the good or the bad. Okay, so guys, that's the Fool's message and also the end of the reading for this week. Thank you guys very much for listening. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Feel free to let me know how this week has gone for you, and also feel free to definitely look at my YouTube channel, which I've got all of the other videos with the full moon in Gemini, and I've even got the new moon in Sagittarius, which was up as well. So guys, thank you very much for listening, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.